There is a commonly held belief in Vietnam that unlike the East Asian countries, Vietnamese culture is matrifocal rather than patriarchally Confucian. This belief is supported by two notable phenomena. First, Chung sisters in the first century rose up against the ruling of the Northern Empire. They were tribal leaders from the mountainous region of Mê Linh, near present-day Hanoi. After launching their rebellion, they declared self-rule, an act that clearly reflects the imprint of a matrifocal society. Second, Vietnam has its own indigenous shamanic belief known as Dao Mo, a system of goddess worship. Scholars generally trace its origins to Lady Po Nagar, the legendary founder of the Cham people, and it was later developed into the worship of Ti and Ia Na, as well as syncretized with various local spirits to shape a pantheon of goddesses. This development of goddess worship strongly suggests that the original Cham society was also matrifocal. As time passed, patriarchal practices can be found in Vietnam, and certain customs reflect patriarchal undertones that may run contrary to the matrifocal norms. For example, the children inherit their father's surname. So, what is the significance of the continued widespread belief that Vietnamese society is matrifocal? It's important to clarify that, unlike a matriarchy, a matrifocal society is one in which the mother and other female relatives serve as the central figures within the household. In other words, female family members typically act as the primary caregivers and domestic decision-makers. This structure does not imply that women hold the broader social dominance over men. We believe that even after the development of patriarchal social structure in Vietnam, women preserve their instrumental influence within the family. For instance, during the Chun dynasty, it was not uncommon for members of the royal family to marry close female relatives. This was often because royal women held property rights, and such marriages between kings and princes, their aunts and female cousins, were intended to prevent family assets from passing to other houses. Even in cases where a king had no heir, the court would consult the queen mother to designate a successor. This has demonstrated the high regard accorded to the opinions of female family members. In present days, letters from female readers are frequently published in newspapers, voicing complaints about being excluded from family inheritances. Such appeals to public opinion indicate that, although some Vietnamese families are holding the mindset of son preference, the broader social consciousness still view this preference as either socially unacceptable or at least an unfair one. We believe that although Vietnam's formal social institutions are patriarchal, within the sphere of the family there remains a genuine sense of matrifocal awareness. Since the family plays a foundational role in shaping character and emotional development, many Vietnamese people may experience a subconscious tension between the patriarchal norms of society and their own internalized familial values, which is a matrifocal one. As a result, they tend to perceive the patriarchal elements as externally imposed by the influence of East Asia, while viewing the matrifocal elements as authentically Vietnamese.